What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Sector for Nerds. Today we are going to do something a little bit different, something that we really haven't done much before here on the channel, and that is reacting to my own content. For longtime viewers of the channel, I think you guys might remember these videos that are up on my screen here. These were like little fan films that me and my brother and a friend of ours created, and it was just like we had these little saber battles and we like to have fun with. And originally we just did one video, and then we kind of like ended up turning it into a story and made two more, and then there was going to be like a fourth one that never ended up happening. So one of the things that I want to do in this video is just kind of like go over and kind of break down these fan films here a little bit. I say fan films, they're like no money was put into them whatsoever, right? So I don't even know if fan film is the right word for it. They're just fun little videos that we put together and hoped that people would enjoy. Oh my gosh, the first one has over 300 views now. Let's go. Yeah, we'll take what we can get. Okay, and as always, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. There's always plenty of great content every single week. So let's get into the first one here. All right, here we go. I also forgot. Oh, damn, that's loud. Can I turn that down? Full screen with it. All right. That's my brother. Dude, oh my gosh. So that was like behind our old house. It's like this area that had like some woods behind it, and that's where we shot the first part of this video. There's Jacob. We don't have any lightsaber sound effects in this one either, so except for you can hear them clashing. Okay, and then I obviously used certain music that's gonna get claimed on here, but that's fine. I didn't like the way my brother was holding the saber. I didn't mind Jacob with the one hand thing, but how my brother had them both like up high. Why didn't he have one high, one low? I don't know. It was just the way that he was holding it. These two are like best friends, by the way. Like they've been like best of friends for the longest time. Went to school together and everything. This just brings back memories. And I was obviously the camera guy. I think pretty soon they do the Force. There it is. The Obi-Wan Anakin spot from Revenge of the Sith. Oh, this brings back memories, man. Okay, now we're in our backyard. So I think that the purpose of this is like he was gonna like sit there and meditate and then go into an attack. I like the up-down thing that they did. That was cool. All right, that part was a little wonky, but we needed a way to get the lightsaber out of Jacob's hand so that could happen. Oh my gosh. And my brother had to sit there, I remember, and had to remember to turn off the lightsaber as he's on the ground. Okay, so it was obviously very dark here, so this wasn't very well shot on my end. My idea for the Force Unleashed music, because I'm a sucker for that game. And it was also my idea to have him do the Star Killer pose and walk too. So now you're all sitting there thinking like, well, wait a second, what? He just got stabbed. What happened? To be continued. Oh, man. Oh, and then I think that was, this was, I think, Jacob's lightsaber that he got at Galaxy's Edge. Look at this. It's got, like, this Rancor tooth is so freaking cool. When I saw that in his, I was like, dude, that's incredible. Oh, my gosh. Okay. So yeah, that's video number 1. Now, video number 2, I think, was probably my favorite of the 3 that we did. I remember at the time I was like, okay, if we're going to do another one, like let's add more of a story to it. And we kind of set it up like at the end there, right? Well, wait, he's still alive. Chris is still alive. How does that happen? We don't necessarily expand on that too much, but we add a little bit more like lore to our universe and stuff. I'm making it sound like it's this big complicated thing. Like it's really not. Of the 3 saber battles that they do, this one is my favorite. The problem was, because we then shot this during the day with the lightsabers, the lighting on the sabers was terrible. It was awful. Literally my only complaint about this one that we did. Oh my gosh. All right. So here, let me kind of set this up here. So we introduce another character in this. So this is my cousin Logan. My gosh, he's so small at this time. And we started this out with him. And this right here is, oh, don't want to give too much away here, but like that holocron that's sitting there was something that I got when I was at Galaxy's Edge. I also got a Sith holocron too. If you guys go on my, go through my playlist and stuff, which is where we are right now finding these old Chris and Jacob videos, you guys will find another playlist that I have for all my Galaxy's Edge content. So if you guys haven't seen that before, highly recommend you check that out. Okay, without any further ado, let's get into this one.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi.
So the other thing that I should mention, now that I'm thinking about it, so this was actually the last scene that I shot on this, because originally what happened was I know we had Logan over when we were doing this second video, and both Chris and Jacob wanted him to be a part of it. And so they had an idea for what they wanted to do, and you're going to see that pay off later. But then what I said is okay, if we're going to put Logan in this, that's fine, but let me film something with him to start out the video, so then that way the audience at least has an understanding, like, okay, so there is another person in this, and it's not just like this out of nowhere thing. And you guys will see what I'm talking about when it happens. All right, I'm going to continue.
Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed.
So for those who don't know, this is Obi-Wan's message in Star Wars Rebels via that holocron.
Our faith, our friendship.
That's like his voice lines for the holocron.
And in time, a new hope will
the Galaxy's Edge one, I mean.
May the Force be with you, always.
Okay. I'll bring back the Force Unleashed music. All right, wait, hold on. Oh, shoot, hang on, wait, I'm gonna back this up for just a second. That was my lightsaber that I built at Galaxy's Edge, the one that Logan has. This one's so cool. All right. And there's Chris with the Sith holocron. You guys see that, right? I'm a sucker for the Force Unleashed, and I'm a sucker for that theme, so everybody shut up. Greatest Star Wars game of all time. I don't care what anybody says.
Sir, we found him.
Oh, I forgot I was in this. I forgot I played a Death Trooper for 2 seconds. Oh, I forgot about that. Here, wait, we'll run it back.
Sir, we found him.
Where?
Oh my gosh. I forgot we gave him a new saber color. Oh, I could have done better with the mixing on the music too. Oh, so it's not as loud. Okay. We're back in that woods again, people. Dude, this was such a great place to film. I loved it. You see what I mean with the lighting being so bad with the lightsabers? All right, this is my favorite fight, people. And if you guys notice this theme, one of my favorite themes from the Clone Wars, man. This is the one where like Ventress and Savage fight Dooku. Maul also fights Obi-Wan to one of these. But look at these guys go. Like they were working. Hang on. They pick it up like in a couple seconds here. Oh, I love this spot. This was a cool one. Yanking him back with the Force. And then he just uses the momentum against him. Look at him go, though. Like these guys knew the mission. That's why I said, man, if not for the lighting, this one's my favorite. Oh, I love this. He was supposed to kick him there. That didn't really work out. Or maybe you could say it was a forced kick, you know. If we didn't have any money to go into saber cuts on the legs. We were operating on zero budget here. By zero budget, I mean we didn't use any money. Dude, look at him go. Or at least my brother's holding the saber a bit more properly this time. All right, so oh, that's right, he got rid of it. He's operating with no hands.
It's over, Jacob. I have the high ground. You underestimate my power, Sith.
Okay, hold on a second. I have to explain this for a second. The idea that I had with it, how he's still choking Jacob like that, even though he's got no hands. One of the things that that always stood out to me, like, again, I'm a sucker for Force Unleashed. One of the things that Sam Witwer said regarding the Force Unleashed 3, like if it would have happened, right, is what that game was going to show is it's not necessarily about Vader's power, like within his hands. That's, you know, the dangerous part of Vader. It's his mind. And that's kind of the idea that I wanted to use for this. Whether or not that was Sam Witwer's, like what Sam Witwer meant or not, that was kind of the way I took it. And it was like, okay, just because he doesn't have any hands doesn't mean that he's not going to be able to use the Force if he's powerful enough. So that's hence what I did there. And there's our wild card.
The Sith will always prevail. Not if I have anything to say about it.
Oh my gosh. So there we go. Like, Logan ends up being Jacob's Padawan. Chris himself, Jacob himself, Logan, Jedi Padawan, Ryan, Death Trooper. Like and subscribe. Well, you heard the video, folks. Like and subscribe. Listen to what it says. Yeah, so I remember originally, like, they wanted to have Jacob be the one to help take down Chris. Because the whole idea, right, is like with the first one, clearly Jacob wasn't enough to take him down. He just took out both of his arms. It still wasn't enough to defeat him. So then you had to bring Logan in to be like, okay, we need another person in here to help out. And then Jacob's able to deliver the final blow. And then they also had the idea of like Logan could be Jacob's Padawan. Originally, this part wasn't in here. And I felt like that would have made the ending even more confusing. So I thought, okay, if we give Logan a scene at the start, at least he's there. So then when he shows up at the end, it's not like this, well, wait, where did he come from? What was this about? This had nothing to do with it. So it was just kind of one of the ideas for that I had for this. I really love this one that we did. I thought everybody involved did a great job. You guys saw that saber battle, man. Those guys were cooking. So let's get into the third one. I think the third one, I start using like sound effects and stuff for the saber. Now, for everybody that's asking, well, Ryan, you've definitively killed Chris not once but twice. There were plans. Okay. Yeah, you guys can listen to the saber hums. This is the one that I took the most time to edit. Because, like, all those saber effects, I was using so many different sound clips of sabers, I remember. And they kept changing up their saber colors, too, which I didn't mind. I knew that was something they wanted to do. I didn't feel like we necessarily had to explain that. Okay, I think the saber sound effects for the clashing could have been a little bit louder, but I guess I was just kind of happy that I got him in there. This is weird. This is like reacting to stuff that happened. Me reacting to stuff that I did earlier and be like, oh, I could have done this better and I could have done that better. And All right, at least my brother's holding the saber right again. Oh, I like that. I like that. There's a part where Chris's hand gets hit in this one, like for real, and he like legit hurt himself. I think I kept it in here. I know I made bloopers of it later for like just for me and the boys, but I can't remember. I think I kept it in there. There it was. You guys probably couldn't tell because it happened so fast. But yeah, I forgot. Jacob legit hit his hand and he like screamed out in pain. I forgot I added the Obi-Wan in there. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wait, run that back. Dude, it's like lightning quick. You can barely tell that he got hit. You see him scream in pain too. There would have been no getting away from that. That's too funny. The animated kick sound, I forgot I put that in there. Force push, yeah. Dude, I had sound effects for everything in this. Dude, this is crazy. This makes me want to go and shoot a fourth one. See, like, this isn't like a big spectacular fan film. This is just like fun little stuff that we did. Obi-Wan pose. You guys can barely hear the saber. I could have done better with the saber sound effects. Like, you can hear the vroom, vroom, but the clashing is quiet. Yeah, see, you can hear that. When they clash, it's kind of quiet. Oh. Yeah, I like the saber fight that they did in this one as well. The sabers are lit up really nice in this one because it's dark. This was all filmed in our old neighborhood. I can't remember if they do another force thing. Oh, that was cool. Turn off the saber to duck and then turn it back on. Oh, that's a good shot I did at Jacob. All right, I'm proud of myself for that one. Oh, the lighting on that was weird with the same. Oh, okay. See, there's a couple moments in here where I'm like, oh, I'm glad I did that. Okay. I know. Where did he pop up? There we go. Oh, he's back to holding the lightsaber. Chris, stop holding the lightsaber like that. Oh, I didn't like how he did that. It's my brother. I can give him crap. And if you guys will remember, too, both Chris and Jacob have done a bunch of live streams for me in the past when we were doing the video game live streams. Those were fun days as well. I can't get over how wonky that looks. The way he's holding that saber. Jacob's looks at least like more natural doing it. Chris, you're trying to make sure that he doesn't fall. Oh, nice. I'm proud of myself for like the sound effects I have with the swinging of the sabers. There's the force push again. So there's supposed to be a tree behind there. You can kind of see it. He's getting backed up into it. No! Jacob! But how? How could this have happened? Hey, Christopher attempting to swing sabers. Moments before Jacob's death. All right, so this was an epilogue scene that I added. It was foolish for Jacob to involve his Padawan in his fight against Chris, which is why I had to send him to the Outer Rim. Okay, so if you guys, it was probably a little quiet there. Let me see if I can turn that up a little bit. But I was basically what this scene was meant to be. Because I was like, all right, if we're going to do another one, I kind of want to get myself involved with this. There was also another idea that I had planned on potentially happening, which I will explain a little bit more of in a second. Let me just wind this back up a little bit. All right, here we go. It was foolish for Jacob to involve his Padawan in his fight against Chris, which is why I had to send him to the Outer Rim to protect the Jedi. Speaking of which, I wonder what Jacob's up to right now. Should probably contact him. Jacob,
My
iPhone was my transmitter.
Jacob, are you there? No, it can't be.
Oh god, I'm cringing at my own acting. I have Jedi and Sith holocrons. Alright, so this was something that
I want to see how this was done.
I turned on both of them.
My boy, I made Chris. I have been every voice
You have ever heard.
Inside your head.
Oh, I took inspiration
now.
from...
See, nothing will stop the return of the Sith.
It can't be.
Oh, that was... Okay. So the final voice there that you heard from the holocron was my friend Caleb. Him and I went to college together when I went to college first time around. Big Star Wars fan, big fan of the channel. Originally, him and I, like, we were thinking about doing one back in the day, a saber battle. And so there were a couple different ideas that I had in my head. There were actually really 3 different ideas that I had. The first of which is, if Chris and Jacob don't ever want to do another one, this is a nice way for me to spin the story that I wanted to tell with Caleb and like use Chris and Jacob to help, start that up. The next idea would have been to do like a Chris versus Jacob 4. And I remember too, I think it was Jacob's idea to have him get killed in this one. Cause I remember he was like, well, we had Chris win the first 2, or we had me win the first 2, right? Why don't we have Chris win this one? And so we were like, okay. And then with me putting me in there, like, let's just say we didn't have Caleb, because that was also one of the other potential options that I was planning on, is like, all right, if we don't have Caleb for this, something that we could maybe do is maybe I help bring Jacob back, and we could then still use Caleb's voice as like the potential plot point of how we get Chris back. And somewhere the cycle ends, right? If they wanted to do a 4th battle. Above all else, it was like us just trying to have fun. And then we were also kind of thinking like, okay, what could we do in here to like have a little bit of like a twist and turn and make our own little universe out of this, our little tiny universe. So the other big idea that I had, and this is the one that I would have liked to have done the most, is to do a tag battle between Chris and Caleb versus myself and Logan. I think it would actually even work out better too, the fact that like Logan is older now. We could have time jump it, multiple years later, and then do a tag battle between the 2 of us versus Caleb and Chris. And then the big surprise or whatever that we could do is like somehow then bring Jacob back into it. Because if we're able to bring Chris into it, we should be able to bring back Jacob as well, right? Like, we can do whatever we want with this, like just us having fun, right? And then that could be like the big tide turner and like good wins, yay, hooray, everybody, right? So yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I don't know, we're all kind of like well past doing these at this point now, right? Like, this was like 4 or 5 years ago. We're all at a point in our lives now where it's like we've all got so much going on. We're all super busy. But yeah, like I said, three big ideas was either going to be Chris versus Jacob 4, me versus Caleb, or the tag battle. The tricky thing, if we would have done the tag battle, is I don't know who we could have gotten to like record the video. Because like I was the camera guy the whole time, you know what I'm saying? The cool part that I got to do, right, is I was like kind of both the director and the camera person. So it was like I didn't have to sit there and try to explain my vision to someone. Really, the only person that I had to like explain things to were Chris and Jacob. But like it was not that like I choreographed their saber battles or anything like that, but I was like, okay, this is where I'm going to be. Here's where I'm going to film. Here's where I want you guys to do this. Let's stop here. Let me move where I'm supposed to be, and you guys can continue fighting here. Because I didn't want to just do like all one camera shot if it was all going to be sitting still. It's not like Daredevil where we can do like a 13, 15 minute one camera shot. The problem is we're not as good as them. And there's not that much happening to warrant a one camera shot like that. So I needed to have cuts in there. So that was really the only thing that I directed them on. Like everything else, though, was just kind of me telling myself, like, all right, here's where I want to be. Here's where I want to film them. Here's where I think something would be more effective. And in the regard, I think that all of them turned out, pretty good for the little films that we did. They're not anything extravagant, guys. I know that. Extravagant. I don't know why I can't say the word. Well, this was fun here today, you guys. Took a nice trip down memory lane. I'm glad you guys were here along for the ride on this one. That's going to conclude our video for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with others to help support the channel. There was a voice crack. And I will see you guys next time.